All right, hey, this is Matt Bradley-Tschirgi doing another look at Return to Monkey Island. Continuing from where I left off this morning, trying to minimize the walkthroughs and everything. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And also feel free to chat. I'll answer questions that come up and so forth the best I can. So let's pick up from where I'm going. I'm still just in part 1 of the game. Let's see, where did I leave off? So if you look here at the old to-do list, you can see I have not found a ship. I talked to the pirate leaders, but they're not going to give me money. And looks like I need to join LeChuck's crew. However, I'm recognized. They won't hire me. But I need a mop to work as a swabber. And I should overtake LeChuck's ship somehow and find the secret of Monkey Island. And I still have quite a lot of Melee Island to explore. And actually should be doing some puzzles here. So let's keep on going and see where we get. Should be streaming here for about an hour or so. So here we go. Let's keep going.
They're having a half-off sale.
And you can see here, with the mouse, these are the men of low moral fiber I was trying to find from the beginning. So these are the guys who was originally in the scum bar in the first game, but now I will talk to them.
Well, if it isn't Frank, Fred, and Finn, how are you?
What you be talking about, boy?
Oh, whoops. Sorry, I mistook you for someone else. In a good way, I promise.
Aren't you that Guybrush Threepwood, what wants to be a pirate?
And you
So they recognize him
I was looking for you.
Aye, well, we're not the pirate
from the
leaders
very
anymore.
first game.
Former pirate leaders is what we are.
Yeah, I already met the chilling trio who took your place. And your table.
Escaped with your life, I see.
So we can pick some choices here. What did you mean, wants to be a pirate? I'm going on a journey to find the secret of Monkey Island. How is it you're not the pirate leaders anymore, or I'll see you around?
I'm going on a journey to find the secret of Monkey Island.
The secret.
What a prize!
That's what I tried to tell those clowns in the bar.
They say the pirate what holds the secret can never be sunk, that the wind always fills his sails.
In the old days, we might have gone after it ourselves.
But we've got no fish to fry, so to speak.
We've sold our ship and sunk all of the cash into our next venture.
So they don't have a ship anymore. What do?
What did you mean, wants to be a pirate? I've
Let's
been
see.
a pirate for a long time now.
You may call yourself that, but remember the 3 trials.
I remember them. I was proud to complete them. I still talk about it sometimes. Ad nauseum, Elaine says. It's Latin for something.
Oh,
Be that as
Guybrush.
it may, I don't recall us being presented with evidence as to the completion of all 3. That were part of your instructions at the time.
Right?
No.
Because by the time you finished the last trial,
Listen, can this
you had to follow LeChuck and go to Monkey Island. The pirates had skedaddled.
Remembers not. We've all of us moved on.
Tell me about your next venture. What is it?
'Tis a fish shop on the high street where the general store used to be.
A place for buying a fish and telling tales about the catching of fish.
We'll be
My.
open on the morrow. Be sure to stop by.
We'll give you the friend's price on the unpopular fish.
You said you don't have a ship? Where do you get your fish?
From reputable sources.
We'll give you an additional discount if you don't talk about that where people can hear you.
So, I mean, if they're selling fish, is it raw fish? Is it fried fish? Is it like a tackle shop? Also, is it ever morning on Melee Island? It's always nighttime, at least in the older games.
How is it that you're not the pirate leaders anymore?
Time and democracy, boy.
A lot of our supporters be dead drunk, or retired.
Our eyes be sharp and our judgments keen. But once ye be labeled old school, that's all that gets seen.
The traditions of the 3 trials have become a joking matter in some quarters.
Dark times.
Aye, they even water the grog and mix it with fruit these days. Won't even strip the varnish off a deck.
I mean, you can compare that to what's happened with beer, where there used to just be, a few kind of lagers, really, and now it's, you can do fruit-flavored beer, you can get CBD shots in beer, you can get all kinds of things in beer. So, and then why are they in this corner instead of closer to the fish shop, which is through there?
Why'd you pick this corner instead of one closer to your fish shop?
The woman that lives above the shop location is doing a bit of haranguing today. We'll stay clear of her. Thanks very much.
All right, I exhausted these dialogue choices.
See you around.
Seems likely.
Kind of a mild insult. Can't go through these doors, I don't think. In the old game, you could. Graffiti? Yeah, what's this graffiti? I was wondering this.
Paint on a wall like that. This place has kind of gone downhill. Elaine would never have stood for this when she was governor.
The graffiti is something I noticed in a lot of the preview images, and I wonder if it ties into the story somehow. That would be my guess. Oh, more graffiti.
It doesn't look finished.
In the original game, you could kind of go through doors and go across the bridges and things, although they ultimately didn't lead anywhere. So, and what is this flyer?
It's a flyer about how
Oh,
it's
okay,
script.
right.
It's important, but boring. Never once made it all the way to the end.
Yeah, so if you missed the last one, it is mentioning how the last time I played, Elaine is doing a thing where you give limes to pirates, and that prevents everyone from getting scurvy. So we can go to two places, Wally's Maps and more. Voodoo going out of business.
Going out of business? This place is an institution.
I think I'll start with the Voodoo shop, because that's it like kicks off the plot of nearly every game in the series at the beginning.
Here must be authentic, culturally, and historically accurate. The sign says so. The International House of Mojo. This place hasn't changed in years.
It's a famous fan website called International House of Mojo and the Monkey Island games. Yep.
Nice to see you again. I have been waiting for you.
So this creepy arrangement of this music that's been the same in all the games. They do hit these consistent themes, and but these arrangements have a bit of oomph to them. They got a lot more, I think, going on than some of the other arrangements they've done of these themes in the other games.
You mean fate ordained that you would be here several minutes ago? Only you can manage to be late, even when you are fated to arrive.
It's a gift.
Allow me to seek knowledge on your behalf.
Will it cost me anything?
Pride, free will. Not much.
Oh,
The way to the secret is like a serpent which swallows itself.
talking about the secret of Monkey Island.
Obstacles lie ahead.
Serpent, obstacles, got it.
Oh, a little boat that sinks.
You must walk the path. Yet you have already walked the path.
And now I'm going back again.
Oh, there's the
When you are unsure of
in-game hint guide.
open this book for guidance on what is to come.
It can tell me my future?
In a way, think of it as a book of hints.
What is it really?
A book of hints. Use it wisely. To know too much diminishes the voyage.
Neat. Thanks.
No charge.
What's cooking?
The feast of knowledge.
Wonder how often that gets cleaned out, or if it keeps adding stuff to it.
I don't suppose you sell mops.
I cannot guide you on matters of mops. The true master is the cook at the scum bar.
As I said, we needed a mop to get on LeChuck's ship. But we also need to not be Guybrush Threepwood, so we need some kind of a disguise, I'm guessing.
Can you use your talents to tell me how Elaine is right now?
She is always close, no matter the distance.
Do your answers ever make sense?
There are no answers, only questions that are finished.
The humor there is a bit like, who was it? In Mystery Men, that kind of comic book spoof movie from the late 90s, there's a character that would say things very much like the voodoo lady in Monkey Island.
Is this the year when you finally tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag between us. But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty, but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay. Karina. Nice. Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
Wonder if that's implying about the secret of Monkey Island. When you find out what it is, it's not going to be as worth it. It's a journey, not the destination.
Your sign says you're going out of business. Or is this one of those not really going out of business sales?
There is a new dark magic on the rise in the Caribbean. It has many adherents, particularly among the young. There is little demand for my talents or my wares. Business is terrible, and there are other factors.
Mm.
Captain-
Let's see. So why is it saying stuff on here about dark magic?
How does dark magic work?
Runes, chemicals, the power of secrets. I am no expert. It's too sterile for my tastes. I like things messy and theatrical.
Is dark magic powerful?
Powerful, yes, it can be. But dangerous.
I wonder if you'll get
the
to-
badger choose his own tail soon. There is no more badger.
You like that metaphor a lot, don't you?
It has many uses.
Badgers, snakes, a lot of tail metaphors, animal metaphors. So I bet there'll be some puzzles around dark magic, or maybe you're fighting against dark magic, or have to counter it or something.
Can dark magic get me to Monkey Island?
No.
Nuts. Where can I get my hands on some dark magic?
Dark magic is not your path, Guybrush
But you keep asking about it.
Are you able to see what LeChuck is up to?
Your goals and the goals of LeChuck are aligned, as always. But his intentions are darker. He would use the secret to do terrible things.
Dark-er? What's that supposed to mean?
LeChuck must not acquire the secret.
Hmm.
No argument there. Got any other mystical advice or information for me? Stock tips or something?
No.
Stock tips? Yeah, Monkey Island stock simulator. That could be funny.
This is a neat symbol. What does it mean?
That used to contain magical disguises. But alas, they have all gone.
Yeah, it's too bad you're sold out. A magic disguise seems really useful.
There's always the famous eye patch of John Laney at the museum. I'm
Hmm.
sure the magic has worn off by now, but I believe I could restore its abilities.
Museum, eh? Interesting.
An empty basket. I should have gotten here last month. Too bad it's empty. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Ooh.
Pointy.
It is a non-magical ceremonial knife. Very sharp indeed.
And
Oh, I'd like this knife.
An excellent choice. I will need you to verbally agree to a release of liability.
Okay.
This product is not to be used in the commission of any crime, including vandalism, jailbreak, and theft of ancient priceless artifacts.
No problem.
Threatening, frightening,
Oh,
stabbing,
more to the
shooting,
contract.
manicuring yourself or another person are likewise considered outside the scope of acceptable use.
Oh, okay, I guess.
The product is not balanced for throwing.
same.
Throwing the product violates these terms and will invalidate the warranty. Whittling, scrimshaw, mumbledy-peg, juggling, and any tricks involving stacking or balancing the product may cause serious injury and should not be attempted by unlicensed persons.
Uh-huh.
Use with breads, spreads, bedspreads,
Bedspreads?
or
That's
thread
ridiculous.
may damage the product. If damaged, the product should not be used. Product is sharp and should not be carried in a pocket, coat, belt, hatband, handbag, shoulder holster, or sheath. At all times, keep the product away from children, pets, the aged or infirm, clowns, pirates, and adults. Where possible, it should be locked securely in a vault. The manufacturer accepts no responsibility for the consequences of any use or misuse of this product. By verbally assenting to these terms, purchaser hereby assumes all liability, past, present, and future, throughout this and all possible and impossible universes.
Possible universes.
Oh, is this where I say yes?
Multiverses.
Yes. Is there anything I am allowed to do with it?
I am not able to answer that question, as it would create a liability.
That's funny. Nice. Oh, what's this little guy?
What's this thing?
It's a forgiveness frog. When no apology will do, give the forgiveness frog. It's like a card, only much better because it's a frog.
I've never heard of that before.
Frog.
Are you sure it's real voodoo?
No comment. It works. Trust me.
I'll take this forgiveness frog.
It can help someone forgive
Hmm.
very old transgressions.
Okay. Nice. So there's no big liability speech for that one. Look at the grimy bottle.
Looks like it's been there forever.
Trivia card. Oh, there's a trivia card, right? Yeah.
Everything's spilled out of it in a puddle. A crystal. Yeah, this isn't that kind of game.
What kind of a crystal is it? Oh, like a Final Fantasy sort of crystal.
It's an unusual safe with 5 keyholes.
Alas, the safe is not for sale. It has been placed with me for safekeeping.
I'd need a lot of keys to open that. Green, half off. Blue, half of half off. Yellow, half of half of half off. Orange, aren't you glad you're here?
Oh, okay. That's a good bit of exploration there. So we got some inventory, got a knife.
It's my very own, very sharp, non-magical ceremonial knife. The voodoo lady said it was a forgiveness frog.
Try to remember why I'm carrying a frog. It's funny. Oh, so we can look at the hint thing, and I won't use it, but unless I get desperate, I suppose. It's supposed to like know what hints you need where, and it's supposed to be somewhat trivia. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of pages. Jesus. Look at all this. Look at that. I thought it was 2 pages. 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 100 trivia cards, really? Huh. Okay. At the end of Monkey Island 1, LeChuck was defeated with root beer, voodoo doll, explosives, insult, sword fighting. Root beer. Good in Monkey Island trivia. Don't talk to old Wally.
Hey, Wally?
Well, look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again too, Wally. Whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
Yeah, good times, huh?
Poor things happen to Wally. He's the Kenny of the Monkey Island universe.
Shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
Keep on going.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
Okay.
I'm looking for a mop.
This is maps and more, not mops and more.
I was hoping the more might include mops.
Well, it doesn't. Try asking the cook over
And
at
people
the
saying
bar
to
where he
go
got
to the
his.
bar.
You have a lot of maps in here.
We've got so many, you need a map to find them all. A little cartographer humor.
Yeah, I'd forgotten how funny it was.
The real flat delivery for Guybrush really
Looks
works.
like the shop across the way
data-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo
All right.
magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me, I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
The town seems to be pretty run down.
Since Captain Madison made Melee her base of operations, people have been
Hmm.
complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money.
That's
on
good business for him.
So, what am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right for Wally.
Bye. They're like glasses, only way less convenient. Ooh, look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
Oh, please take one. I use them to promote my business. See, it says maps and more on the edge.
Thanks. I appreciate that Wally hasn't traded it in for a new model just because it's been around the block once or twice. I feel very strongly about that for some reason. Ooh, those look fancy.
The finest tools to make the finest maps.
Why didn't you just make another Monkey Island map? Okay.
I didn't know you made globes too.
I don't. This is for reference. It's got all the latest continents.
So how many continents have been added? That's a good question.
This map shows both sides of the globe.
It's twice the value.
Ooh, looks chilly up there. It's a long, small map of somewhere far, far away.
That's a Star Wars reference.
What's this a map of?
The secret movements and activities of my competitors.
That sounds reasonable. This must be Trouser Island.
Actually, Mr. Threepwood, it's...
Yep, Trouser Island. It's a map on a fan. What'll they think of next?
It'd be fun to think of all these maps.
Once, but I sailed left. That looks like a treacherous voyage. It says, rating, Cursed Black Diamond. The first rule of piracy is, never buy a used treasure map. It's maps wrapped in maps. I didn't know you could do that. Ooh, this one looks nice. How much is it?
Oh, that one? Too much.
Good old mazes. Can't get enough mazes. I try to steer clear of sea monsters myself.
Also a map down there.
Hey, Wally, what's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep an eye on the neighbors.
Well, it's good to have a hobby. Hey, Wally, what's in these boxes?
Maps.
Anything else I can get from him?
I've seen one of those before.
Why don't we go back to the chef at the bar and see what he can do. Oh, there's this guy. I don't think he was there before.
Hard to believe after all these years, you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up. That only the gullible and naive would go looking for it.
Yeah, the place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders. Oh, they're highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
Tell me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body has fused with it. I'm more button than man at this
Ugh.
point.
It's a weird image.
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. We're
Just
old
keep
friends.
bothering him.
Read it.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Hi, Cobb.
You again. I know you.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Fine. latest masterpiece of fantasy
It's the same
storytelling.
dialogue from the first one. It's so dumb.
Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic, stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes.
Now get lost.
The fan service achievement. That's nice.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah. Yo ho.
Keep on going.
Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Let's pretend I was really considering this. What sort of pirate qualifications have you got, exactly?
I can hold my breath for 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Really?
Well, it's been a while, but I could probably still do 10 minutes on a good day.
Well, I was a director of combat operations for the British Navy, and I've written 2 books on ship-to-ship tactics.
I'm a founding member and co-director of the Red Fleet and hold records for civilian casualties from San Domingo to Venezuela.
I'm an expert in 17 forms of hand-to-hand combat, 3 of which I invented.
It's a lot.
I served with Bradley-Tschirgi and Roberts before they each met an untimely end that I might have had nothing to do with.
Just so you know, this is the kind of resume we expect.
Yeah, they're not nice to Guybrush. Talk to him about mops.
Do you know where I can buy a mop?
Buy? You don't want to buy a mop.
I think I do.
The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning.
Another Star Wars reference.
Hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I
Just
can't.
get your own mop.
You must construct your own. A single, perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Shades of Toxic Avenger.
Come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree. A tree uniquely suited
Mop
to the
tree?
handles of mops. Carve your handle from a limb of that tree. Any questions?
Where would I find it?
How do I find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time, too. But don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop.
You're making steady progress here. I do like the to-do list because it kind of shows you're making progress even when you think you're not. And it's kind of open-ended. It's not like hints exactly, more reminders. No. Keep on investigating. Classic streets. Or no, maybe I can... Why don't I double back and explore like more of the island instead of the city?
It'll be my ship soon enough.
Go back up to the lookout.
Hi again. Those new pirate leaders are real jerks. They laughed at me, and they won't fund my expedition. Why didn't you warn me?
Would you have listened?
Of course. Okay, no, probably not.
Ah, okay, so now we can see the map and go to some different places. There's the forest, Governor's Mansion. We've done Low Street, not High Street. LeChuck Ship. Kind of a shortcut to there. The docks. Shipyard. What else? Forest. Used to be stuff there. Oh, let's see it's in the forest. Maybe we'll find the tree from the map.
Warning. The dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended.
I think this is where the troll was in the first one.
Oh, I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now. Museum of Pirate Lore.
Maybe there'll be that one thing.
Once upon a time, I won a t-shirt right here on the front lawn.
This would be Carla's house. The swordmaster.
Hi there.
No, it's a museum.
Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. I also edit the Pirate Times newsletter. Here, take my business card.
Thanks.
The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Melee Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Authenticity is our watchword and our pledge. Feel free to explore. And if you have any questions, just ask.
There have to be some good things to steal from here.
Eye patch worn by Captain John Laney, the Pirate of 1,000 Faces.
And that's what the voodoo lady was wanting you to get.
There's some very tiny writing on it.
Ah, okay. So let's use the monocle.
The numbers are a little clearer, but still too tiny to read. The display case is locked. What can you tell me about this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the Pirate of 1,000 Faces.
Supposed to Lon Chaney.
He had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on though, and nothing happened.
It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. What do you feed it?
Thieves, mostly.
Good to know. What was this cinder you got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter written by Elaine
Ooh.
while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
A Skybrush.
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot. What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the
It's from the second
total
game.
number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy number 1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important. Tell me about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake.
Golden Hind. Not sure what that is. Use the knife on it, maybe?
Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the Dread Pirate Meat Hook.
Again from the first game.
He was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here on Melee.
This is one of your part of your team.
That's a nice coffin.
The one with the ore. Yeah, the coffin had a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town. But I managed to restore it. It was
From the second game again.
well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab Island.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
I'm just trying to help.
The guy's like a know-it-all, kind of like a Monkey Island fan.
Actually, I think I'd rather not hear about that again. That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big.
It's all stuff from the first and second games. It's funny.
Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
How on earth do you have that note?
Oh, yeah. That's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to...
The second half of the first game.
As it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into
Excuse
this.
us.
I've got a role-playing group on Thursday.
That's the worst.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate. Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
I'm saying ideal in facts. I wonder if that's a reference to Ben Shapiro. Okay, what do we got here? Let's go in the storeroom.
It's cracker mix. Some assembly required.
Zoink. What does it say then?
Especially fortified for the healthy parrot diet.
Oh, another trivia card. They just said what the answer was. She was wrongly imprisoned on trumped up charges. What else do we got here? Keep on going. Oh yeah.
What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid. It
Oh,
was
from the
found in the Melee jail many years
grog
ago.
in that first game.
Incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey, I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug to mug because it was melting.
Yep.
I had an armload of mugs and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
This is absurd. It's like this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine.
Pretty annoying.
Do you have maps of the forest here?
No, that's not really what we do. Try the map shop in town?
I see you wear a peg leg despite having both of your original legs.
Just part of the docent's outfit for the tourists. Kids always want to try it on.
That's charming and creepy at the same time.
This is a museum for people who think attacking ships and murdering the crew for profit sounds fun.
Touché.
True.
Your museum is quaint.
Thanks. It's been a personal passion of mine. I'm nuts about old-timey pirate stuff.
Old-timey?
Being around it really makes you feel like you're a part of something.
Hmm.
Doesn't it?
I am part of something.
Exactly.
Tell me about that newsletter of yours.
The Pirate Times. We publish pirate news, pirate stories, pirate poetry.
Pirate poetry.
Are any of these things valuable?
The security parrot isn't just here to look piratey. John Laney's eye patch is irreplaceable. It's the highlight of the collection. Amazingly, I got it at a yard sale. They didn't know what they had.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
No kidding? Wow. Are you named after Guybrush Threepwood?
That's so dumb.
Yes, you could say that.
Nice.
I'm going to find the legendary secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, that's excellent! Super retro. If you need a place to display it, I know a convenient museum.
I'll have a look around.
Please do.
It doesn't seem interested.
Hmm. If we go back, get a map for the forest, then go through the forest. Get some stuff for the mop.
Hey, Wally. I'm looking for a tree to make a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys?
Yep.
Been a while since I made one of those mop tree maps. What kind of tree is it again?
I don't know. A wood one?
That's okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
Bye.
Okay, so we should have a lot more stuff checked off. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, now we got a cutscene.
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Let us be Murray the Skull.
Put yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed. Wait, let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure.
Secret will make it so you can never get your ship sunk, I guess.
Searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Should we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
All right.
Hi.
Everybody thinks they know more than the other.
Okay.
Once you have a key, you've got to open the door.
Looks like a volcano island with horns that swallowed a basketball. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash
In the alleyway, which you could get to in the second game through the tunnels. That is Stan. Can I go in the door?
to be stuck closed.
Oh. Largo Legrand's catchphrase. A lot of questions right. In order for you to get it wrong, if you can get it right or no, you have to get it right in the first try. This is a church.
Aw, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows need some work.
Okay, locksmith. Jail.
A visitor! Wait. Guybrush Threepwood?
Otis!
Howdy, kid.
And Stan! Otis, old pal. You haven't changed much since I last saw you.
I blame the government.
In fact, didn't we first meet right here?
Not at all. I was in the other cell that time. You look different somehow. New art style?
How nice of you to notice.
New art style being what people complained about with the first pictures of the game.
Big news. I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
That sounds fantastic! You know what I remember most about Monkey Island? The time you busted me out of jail right before we went there. I don't cruise ships anymore. But maybe you can still help me out. Like you did all those years ago.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm sort of planning on hijacking an existing crew instead of recruiting one. But maybe I can spring you anyway. For old time's sake.
I would be most appreciative. A locksmith has opened very conveniently across the way. I am told locksmiths can make
Right.
keys for things. Things like cell doors.
Imagine that. What did they get you for this time?
I'm a victim of circumstance. Circumstance being that too much attention gets paid to little things that don't hurt anyone, while hard killers roam the streets with pistols and swords.
I noticed you didn't say what.
Yeah,
crime they locked
what's
you
the
up
crime?
It was nothing. I was just picking some flowers.
in the forest.
No, that's illegal. I learned
Right.
my lesson.
That's what we did in the first game.
From the governor's garden instead.
Picking flowers from the governor's garden sounds like an unwise choice.
We used to be friends. Sort of. Anyway, they aren't even her flowers. Taxes pay for them. It's public property. I don't know why anyone bothers me about it. I don't hurt anybody.
We'll accept the flowers.
They're annuals. They're doomed anyway. Guybrush, you gotta get me out of here.
Okay.
It's custard night. I don't think I can take that again.
I'll make it my number 3 priority.
Thanks.
And a custard.
I think there's some writing on it, but it's too tiny to read.
Watch your boots in here, son. It's like a swamp, without the clean parts.
I can read the serial number. I'll write it down so I don't forget. It says jail rules. 1. No escaping. It says jail rules. 1.
Okay.
No escaping. Any writing that was once here has been rubbed away.
How's your day going?
Now as we get close to him, play some of his music.
Hey, Stan!
Hello there, son.
Would it help if I broke you out of jail?
Now that's a kind offer, it truly is. Warms me to think that you'd do that for your old pal Stan. But I've got to think about the optics. I don't want to damage my case, and escaping from
So he
jail
has
doesn't
trial.
look good at trial. So thanks, but no thanks.
I was really hoping to buy a ship from you.
Well, now, normally, I would do absolutely anything to get you into a comfortable ride right away. But my hands are tied. They're shackled. I can't do it. Not at any price. I'm completely out of inventory. Every ship on the lot was seized by unscrupulous lawyers who don't care about your sailing needs the way I do.
Okay, don't worry about it. I've already got a plan to steal a ship from LeChuck.
Well, if you don't get killed, look me up afterwards. I'll give you a good price for anything that can stay above the waterline. Naturally, it'll have to be store credit until I get back on my feet.
I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
The secret? Boy, that takes me back. But if you're looking for help, you're barking up the wrong enchilada. Just remember, life has no guarantees or warranties. Only jamborees.
Thanks. That's advice. See you later.
Yep.
All right, didn't learn a whole lot there. Oh,
better I can see it, the worse it looks.
Get a locksmith to get Otis out.
Hi there, newcomer.
Hello. Handsome looking parrot.
And also vicious. But it was my mother's favorite.
At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
What's this lock?
That's for hats.
These are nice.
It's a locksmithing test.
Close it all up, and if you get the key out, you pass?
That's the beginner level, yes. The real challenge is to lock the larger box inside the